Karine Jean Pierre switches affiliation to independent. So this is my question to Jean Pierre, right? Has she joined the party of the French Revolution? Is that something that she's always been hiding from the public? Is that something she is with? That's what I want to know. Because again, she's Haitian. So she's indigent, right? She's indigent to Chicago. So she's a part of the Chickawa. That's her tribe in America, in North America, right? Her central tribe, right, is Haiti, right? So we're kind of looking at this and we're trying to figure out, what's going to be the next aha, what's going to be the next aha moment. Everybody's paying attention to the moving parts and everybody's trying to understand like what's holding the nation up. Who's gonna be the next run for president, right? So the surprise was that, Donald Trump got in there. Wasn't a surprise that Joe Biden got in there. It wasn't a surprise because he's been around since the 60s. The surprise was Donald Trump because he was a business mogul. He was a business mogul. That was a surprise that when he won the nomination. So it's going to be a bigger surprise when they find out, who's going to be the next person that gets in there. If she gets in there and she runs for president, man, or, one of the Maroons win presidency, it's not going to be an excuse for people to look at, okay, Maroons are finally going to get their reparations. It won't be a surprise then. Don't look at the fact, well, who's getting paid? Well, the British got paid after the wars. After the French Indian Wars, the British got paid, right? Well, what did they do with all that money? Because you can see there's a negative birth rate in America that's closely related to them, right? They're not having enough children. So, and they haven't repatriated to places like England and, Scotland. They haven't repatriated. So when I look at Jean Pierre, I'm always thinking, like, is she trying to tell the public something? Because she's running this independent, right? Is she trying to tell the public that she's a part of that old empire that was in Chicago with Jean-Baptiste du Sable? Is she trying to tell the public that? What is she trying to tell the public by releasing a book and basically letting the public know she's independent? What is she trying to say? Because, like, if you're independent, you're basically a traditionalist. You're basically a traditionalist. This is why it confused me when, they said Mayor Mike Duggan was going to run as independent for governor of Michigan. That confused me. Because I was thinking, like, can he tie himself back to the land? Like, can he do that? Is he able to do that through genealogy research? So this is no surprise. She's independent now. It's no surprise, right? It's no surprise. I don't think she would do good with Donald Trump. I was surprised she did well with Joe Biden. I was surprised at that. So we'll see how this goes. And, if you all think this is a good move for her and you think this is a good move or a sign that more Democrats and Republicans will go independent, what is your thoughts on independent? And what is your thoughts on being a traditionalist? Great peace, Yakokus.